I don't know if this is good or not. Seriously. I stopped doing one thing years ago, and that was ripping people's mind apart, or I would say soul if they have one. There's a lot of ducks and geese here with their ducklings. Very cute, very astute. They know what they do because they need to. When you're out in nature like this, sometimes I find myself like wondering, like, who the hell are they able to live totally out there in all type of weather, somehow getting enough to eat. Well, it's nature. This is not natural. So, I'm not sure if I've been to this marina. Never actually. I've known about it. It's a big one. I wanted to stay here in the winter. Some years ago, full time, I was considering doing this winter. So then I have to download an app. I called them. First I called them. I have to download the app. And I was like, hey, I bought this boat less than 24 hours ago. So like, come on. And then it tells me, okay, I'll send you a number. You can call this guy. He's like very good with people and friendly, as if I'm a moron. He didn't send it. Yeah, that's the first thing. Should I have continued? Probably not. This is gonna be a roast. Then I download the app. The app is ancient. It's got the most confused GUI, like the most confused user interface that I have, or UI, that I have ever seen in ages. I mean, it's like the way apps used to be. You can see from the style that it's ancient. I think I remember it 20 years ago or something. I'll check on that. I'll check on who produced it, because that's my field. So I come here. I don't find the harbor, because I can't figure out how the app works. I still can't find it. And you got that new boat, and there's a little wind, and I had to make sure that my engine doesn't overheat, because this is a boat that I don't know yet. I told them that, they know that. And then I have to tell them exactly when I have to. Oh, late arrival. There's no boats here. You might lose your spot if blah blah blah, and SMS and message after message. Still no link in the message to an app. Or just like where the guest spots are. You have to. Well, I use the key for diesel only. In summertime, you'd be chased away there. Well, why are you not filling up your diesel? I was like, blah blah blah. So I had to find some random people and passing the access door, and it's open, and it's got a code generator, so a code thing. So I had to ask other people, do they close this in the evening? Did I get the access code? I couldn't find the access code. The access code is under my remaining, it's under payment. No access code in a message. You get the messages that pester you, and then you don't get the message with the vital thing. Then it turns out that they've broken laws of marketing here. I firmly believe that, because there was nothing indicating that I would not get access to at least like the exercise room. Why should that be extra payment? I get it that you have to pay for electricity these days because electricity has been given away to the EU and there's climate retards all over the place. I would expect that. And I would also expect to get access to the toilet at the bare minimum. So I find the access code. I send them some messages and like, where do I get the access code? And no answer. And I find it myself in the most ridiculous place. I didn't test it last evening. I should have tested it because when I got up in the morning, it didn't bloody work. That's what I would be. And since now I have to figure out how to pay for electricity just to charge my laptop. It's like, well, I'm cheating on that part. So I call this guy in the morning and he picks up very early. He'll have a bad day. I couldn't stop myself. I asked him things like, so since you take payment for everything, how much extra? How much are you going to reimburse me for not using the toilet? He couldn't answer. And I told him, yeah, no one takes any responsibility here. That's one of the reasons I'm not going to start a new company in this country. And I told him, yeah, I've started several companies. So I've dealt with customers. I've had to deal with complaints preemptively. He got no answer to these things. He had absolutely no bloody answer, not even giving me that phone number to begin with, which probably is the guy fixing things endlessly here. I've been that guy. I should be that guy again. Somewhere, but here? Probably bloody not. What am I gonna do? Maybe I shouldn't. I might want to. This is a series of hovers. This app is used for a series of them. I should stay away from them, but are the other better? I don't know yet. Should I roast anyone in even a remotely as thorough way as that? Maybe it's not the wisest, but I mean, I might need to help you later, but I think it's fairly. And then he goes, well, can't you use the toilet in your boat? That's not the bloody point of paying for this type of service. And I had some bloody water squirting up from that bloody toilet since I was rushed into using it instead of using his toilet. Maybe I should call some psychopath lawyers that I've had dealt with before. See if they want to have some fun. If it was the US, I would bloody do it in a heartbeat. And I told him straight up, you guys should be grateful for someone like me who tell you what's going on, because a million people will be, not a million, thousands, but through the years it really adds up. So many people will have the same problems and they never get it fixed. So people will have the same, feel the same, which is why people start keeping the door open with a piece of wood. They have to fix the app-based service that they provide. This is what I'm talking about. So would it have been better? Would it have been better earlier? Well, definitely, you bloody bet. Things were more flexible, they were more sane things, there were more people who kicked into gear if something didn't work. There were more people who went like me, who'd go off on them, like, you fix this bloody thing. And I do think I remember a lot of complaints about these things when they started, but I'm not sure, of course. I don't go around remembering every tiny bit of this, because then you go insane. But I think there were complaints when this app was launched. And nothing has changed with that app. It's the same. And look into... I might be tempted. If I get a few views here, some commentaries, I might be tempted to look into who delivered the app, who are the share owners, what's the board members, is there any correlation with any of these harbors, and it's my own, the town I grew up with is also using this app, and I know that is a town of that type. Everyone's known, I've known since I was a teenager. And I've heard this time around when I was for my own family, like, well, you know, it's run by the families. There you have it. You think Europe is so perfect? This boat was built at a wharf that I remember from growing up, when I remember wooden boats before glass fiber boats. It was, those boat builders were regarded as the best ones. And they had some boats with the same kind of smaller boat built in wood. Everyone wanted one of them. And then they started building in glass fiber, which is not hard wood against glass fiber, because then you can go on forever. But that was a time when things worked, and if it didn't work, people kicked into gear because they had a name to defend, a name to build. And I have some other people in mind. I should go down the coast and do these kind of things, actually. I need to choose between getting this boy in the city, but I fear paying for that and not getting anything done with, hey, gangster, not getting anything done with these insurance companies, because now they, whatever type of size of boat or experience, they demand insurance. What do you want? So I might pay for the sport, do the calls, spend a ton of money on a prepaid car, because I'm not even registered as living in this country. So I might, worst case, pay for that, and then end up having trouble getting insurance papers, and so it might be all for naught. These are the things you have to consider. And everyone just goes meekly along. It's like, everyone forgets. This is the bottom line. I've noticed this for many years. Everyone forgets when something doesn't work here. They forget because they are attached to the idea that everything works and it's a perfect place. That's it. That's 13 minutes of a medium roast. This is a medium roast. I can do a hard roast, but that should not be for businesses like this. I mean, they make a ton of money, but I know that the state and the EU is stealing a lot of that money. So I can sympathize on that level. But 20 years ago, this harbor was full of old, real vessels. Will I stay in the winter? We'll see. But there are cheaper options. But this is one of the options that I have to be fair to them. This is one of the options where you can register your address, because the state demands that you have an address if you live in a boat and all this bullshit. Which is a good reason for living in a boat and not register any bloody anything. Tell you, this is a raid. Good bloody luck.